Ooh. Trauma got attacked by a cat.
It keeps happening.
Yeah.
It's part of the I just got home and he wants attention cycle.
Your audio is still pretty screwy.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
So it's a Kirkiyashi Maru.
Kind of.
Okay.
At least he's got audio.
Yep. Okay. We'll ignore. Yeah, that has been much worse. We've had much
Ignore
worse
me.
situations. That's true. Huh. Cool. Okay.
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're a mime tonight, Trombley. Nah, no. So why is that not a bard class? The mime college, you know?
There you go, homebrew it.
I could, I suppose.
Psychic damage.
Everything somatic
like
components.
force barriers, like it's a real
Force
wall
barriers?
or something like
Yeah.
that. Like
Ooh.
psychic
Invisible
objects.
ladder.
Yeah, invisible objects.
It's all illusion. It's all illusion magic.
Yeah.
Make a will saver believe that it's real.
Right? Yeah, you get no verbal components of your magic, which is kind of awesome. It's all somatic now. Okay.
But what character class would you choose for your mime?
Well, if it was a bard, then would be the class?
Or excuse me, race.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. Hi, everybody. Hello, everybody. If people are out there in cyberspace, hello.
Yo.
Good to see everybody. Good. So, lovely to see everyone. Happy we're here. I'm just tired. I've been up since like 4 a.m. So I'm gonna be a little loopy. I apologize. Great. So today we will get going pretty soon. Mr. Tucker has a question. So why don't we take it away? What do you have for us?
Okay. So it's actually kind of cool for this question because we've run into them in 2 different campaigns with the people in front of me. So, well, at least a type of them. So, there's that one sentence like for practicing your letters, like Sphinx of Black Onyx, judge my vow, or whatever. So, what would you vow to a Black Onyx Sphinx?
I don't know though.
I don't know. A Black Onyx Sphinx?
What?
No, okay.
Yeah.
So there's just like a silly sentence like, okay, Sphinx of Black Onyx, judge my vow, right? So
no,
like
that right. The right. Where you say right, we're saying no. What is this judge my vow thing?
It's one of those sentences or phrases that uses all 26 letters of the alphabet. It's like the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog.
Oh, okay.
It's one of those.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's much cooler.
Yeah, just for craps and giggles, what do you think your character would vow to a Sphinx made of Black Onyx?
Stay handsome.
You'll fail. No, I'm kidding. Calvin, how about you? What would Sut vow to a Sphinx of Black Onyx?
Oh, anything. Whatever. Do it. I won't. Anything. What does it want?
I'll get back to you on what it could potentially want.
We could be friends.
You can't intimidate him, though.
Oh, I definitely would.
I feel like I need predictive text for this.
They're here?
We would never get to this point. Thurkir would sneak up on him and kill him in his sleep.
We got two good solid answers so far from the OddLot crew.
So you would rock the
if it's
Black
big game,
Onyx
it's mine to maim. That's my saying now.
Well done. No?
Right, so listen, I've got a question. Just like I normally have questions when it comes to questions that you all pose to me. When you say it's a Sphinx of Black Onyx, Does it mean it's still got squishy bits, it's just really black? Or is it an actual onyx shaped like a sphinx?
Yeah, I think it's the rock that's been carved into the shape.
Right, so then what I would say is, oh dear black sphinx of almighty things of being stoic and rock-like, for I swear that I would be exactly like you. Strong, unmoving, and awesome.
All right. Snow, how about you, buddy?
Well, considering that we've just established that it's a big, shiny rock, live long and sparkle on.
Is that going to be like on a plaque in the middle of our ship now?
Could be.
God, let's see. Alvin, how about you, buddy?
I would vow to the Black Onyx Sphinx to keep the wild lands wild and not let the races of men interfere with them.
That actually would be pretty cool. The ultra conservation.
I mean, just druid things.
Oh god, Brad. There we go.
Like the last Sphinx I met seemed like super bored. So like I would just like I'm just gonna like mail you some poetry like on a monthly basis, bro. Like you're gonna get like the Brad newsletter.
Brad's on.
Vow.
But he's a statue. He can't open the mail.
Brad has thought that far ahead.
That was not clarified to Brad. Brad is still sending the mail.
Some poor like temple attendant who's like, why do these poems keep coming here? Why are they all addressed to the Sphinx?
Yeah.
Like, you realize that's just something we have outside the gates, right? Like, you can't read. I think I would vow to pun-ish both my friends and enemies.
You already do.
Yeah. Nice. Okay, so I did most of that. So what do you guys want to do for a character from Powers?
I want to know
Nobody?
more about the Geth we're with. Chorak.
Oh.
He
Down
just
to
has
that.
no, like, they're just so stoic. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know anything about what they like or don't like.
Yeah, how he got here is kind of interesting, but anyway. Okay. For a minute there, I was imagining you're gonna pick Zarek. I'm like, oh gosh, I'm thinking of a vow for Zarek. Oh god. Which I have one, but we need to. Okay, so Chorak. I vow never to shame my father again.
Ooh.
For a second there, I thought you said
I know you said
shade.
she. I
Okay, good.
Yeah, same here.
Shame. Yeah. Whoops. Yeah, not shave. Yeah, that's a
I
that's a
heard
whole different
shame.
thing. Yeah, shaving's a different thing.
It could be a
Uh,
shame to be shaved.
Fair enough. Just because I would for Zarek, I was thinking. Yes, I promise to be always with Yala and to stop licking their pillows at night.
He'll break that second part, unfortunately.
Sorry, Zarek, what? What?
Oh, nothing.
That's spectator juice. It helps my boyish complexion.
Helps your pores. Okay. Cool.
Natural sunblock.
Oh boy. So thank you, Tucker. Next week, we have Alex. Brad is on the docket for the question. Yeah. Sweet. All right, announcements, things going on, things we should know about. Things you want to share?
Next week, I think I'm going to be doing D&D from my dad's house because I'm watching his pet.
Oh, wow. That's kind of cool. Is what it is.
It is what it is. Yeah.
It's a change of location. That's okay.
The most
Yeah.
exotic place I've been all year.
So before we begin, again, I want to thank all of our people for coming in, and I thank the players, and thank you all for showing up. And if you're out in digital cyberspace, thank you for watching or hanging out or listening or whatever it is you are doing. And also want to give a quick thanks to Tabletop Audio and Owlbear, which helped make this game possible, which is awesome. So thank you, those folks. Okay, so Wednesday we got Hunters, right?
Yeah, Wednesday should be Hunters. Yeah, for sure.
Sweet. Oh, and no hurry or anything, but I think I made a character for your campaign.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll talk.
Yeah. Just something silly to do, but yeah. And then Cloak Crest on Sunday. Still,
we're actually taking a week off, but yes.
Okay.
In general, yes.
In general, nice. So cool. So be on the lookout for all of those fine games and all that kind of cool stuff. You ready? Right on. So last time, after following Chorok through the subterranean secret passageway leading to Clifnal from the farm on the outskirts, you encountered a series of drow who ambushed you, as well as a human monk named Adrienne, who was also part of the Nine Blades. After diffusing that situation handily with a few well-placed, attacks, a fireball, and other things, the drow retreated hastily, leaving you to your own devices. And you followed through the rest of the passageways, sneaking past some more Fomorians who were hauling in some sort of a carcass of a beast. And then you make your way into the secret lair, or yes, I guess that's essentially what it is, of Wayne and the Nine Blades, where you met several other Nine Blades, including, you met Quill, the half-elf bard with the lip rings. Then you met Waros, the gnomish armor smith who had the almost Iron Man-like, gear. Tess Steindaughter, who brandished a huge battle axe. Corliss Embermane, the centaur druid with the flames in his hands, as well as Adrienne. But after meeting Wayne and reconnecting and sort of quickly sharing some information, it was discerned by Wayne that it seems that the Zindarek and the forces that are now occupying Clifnal are restructuring the city to make it a giant teleportation circle. Yes. And I think that's where we left off. Right? Am I missing other things, or is that we good?
Yeah.
We're pretty sure that's all of it.
Sounds about right.
Cool. Oh, yeah. One small, I guess, detail. Because I wrote down my notes, I should remember this. When during the drow encounter, Chorok did talk to one of the shape-shifting drow, called him by the name Thurvos, saying this was not part of the arrangement. That's just what I'm just remember. Okay. Okie dokie. So, Wayne is hunched over the table, looking haggard, pointing, looking, tracing different lines on the map of Clifnal, and looks to be calculating, facts and figures within just sort of thinking as she is doing, looking around the map. She looks up at everybody. She goes, "We need to strike. We need to stop them. I don't know how. I don't know the best way." And you see her eyes kind of blaze purple, pinkish a little bit more, like brighten a little bit. They need to pay. And then you look around, and those of you, I think, because you're all kind of a small space, you're kind of keenly aware of the other Nine Blades and like their body language and kind of what they're looking, and some of them don't seem to be convinced. What was it? Couple in particular that you were noticing, Quill and Waros seem to be, like uncertain about this whole endeavor, whether or not they actually have enough manpower to even make any kind of actual effort against such a sizable force and monstrous force that's facing you. And go ahead.
And sensing this, Andrew comes in, and pay they shall, Wayne. But the forces we have here, a big knockout punch is unlikely right now. We have to be smart about this. We are a small, coordinated, skillful team. Well, two teams, I believe, if our new Nine-Blade friends are any indication. What if we had a series of distracting raids that were meant to disrupt the circle? Attack a spot here, attack a spot there, slow them down on the summoning circle. All the while, we're trying to figure out how do we really do them some damage, really undo their plans here.
Yeah, like we should make it so they don't realize that it's like they'll just think like, gosh, what a series of unfortunate events,
And maybe we could also find out where they're hiding Ned.
Yep. I don't know if...
Yeah, Ned's trapped in a dungeon somewhere. Oh, I showed you the
Yes.
There's somewhere here, we think. Pretty sure.
Do you have like any spies in their ranks?
We have some information, but we have many gaps in our knowledge. It's imperfect. Yeah, and Corliss, the centaur, kind of just, it's like, yeah. You look and just like starts juggling the flames in his hand. He's like, yeah, most of these tribes are just disorganized, but they're working together enough. And she's like, well, thank you.
Aha! Yes. Okay, now there's something to work with. Little sabotages, little attacks, enough to slow them down. Not to stop them, but to slow them down. And we pin it on one of the other tribes. Right? So in the Saber Knuckles area, we pin it on the Wildings. In the Wildings area, we pin it on the Zukjarek. I said, Andrew says, trying to read the map in front of him. We disguise our own numbers and our own powers. We have these little raids, this little guerrilla warfare going on. All the while, we're stepping ourselves up so we can take out the big bad evil.
Where are we gonna get all the gorillas, though?
What are you looking at?
Yes, but
well said.
We don't. I mean, there's these little skirmish attacks, these little sabotages, you put them. They don't get us getting closer. They delay. They won't take out the lead. We need to strike quickly and hard and fast.
You give them a number of distractions. harass them. A death of 1,000 bites, right? We're the mosquitoes. We dart in, we bite, we hit, we sting, we dart back out again. We blame it on the other tribes. That'll give whoever's in charge here something to deal with.
What if instead attacking the forces, we attack their means of making the circle? Like, what could we do to Clifnal to break the circle's shape?
Yes, this is what I mean. Very good, Tyrael.
How you mean, like, destroy the city further?
There's got to be a spot or spots where they have a shape they need to make where there's not a lot of people. We could essentially sink that part of the city if we use the drow tunnels right.
Plus, this is
Stand up and like he looks over at you, and goes, "Oh, this guy's flipping mad." I mean, he points over to Andrew. I thought you had a little bit of reason, but this guy he's totally Fruit Loops.
Like, wait, yeah, you want to destroy more of the city?
Here's the
We
thing.
are good at it.
It's not ours anymore. And the people are more important than the city itself.
Like,
We've
wouldn't
lost this city.
Wouldn't people die if you, like, drop the city in a hole? Like, there's
Not-
people there.
Not the whole thing, of course, just where they need to make a major part of the sigil. If we stop them from making the shape and then get the people out at the same time, they've lost. They can't make their circle. That's all we need to do.
I think Tyrael makes perfect sense. You could rebuild a building, a structure, even a whole city. But if we don't free this city, the people will continue to live on in oppression, and we cannot have it.
Well, this is-
oppression's bad.
this is kind of high magic. I'm sure there's a way we could disrupt all this without having to infiltrate a bunch of drow tunnels and find a way to drop them all.
We don't have to drop them all. Just a spot where it's weak or, depending on even if we can do this. It's just to break the circle. That's all we've got to do.
I agree with breaking the circle.
But
Is anybody a wizard? Wizards know how to do the magic stuff. They might know how to fix it.
We had this guy
Man.
once, but I don't know where he is.
Yeah, like, I talked to a bunch of wizards, but, like, we just didn't vibe, you know?
our wizard, Reynard, he's been killed. So our recourse to that kind of magic is not an option.
Gear looks at Soot.
We could go.
You have any of him left?
Yeah. We could, you can talk to him if you want. Or we have this guy we know that he makes magic stuff. He's not really a guy. We could talk to him. We could take somebody and go and find out what to do.
Who are you speaking of?
Well, you guys know what I'm talking about, right?
You talking about Meehan?
Yeah. Yeah, the guy that's the dragon.
Yeah, that's accurate. He is in fact the guy who is a dragon.
A dragon.
Yeah, he was all worried about Tiamat and stuff.
Seems like for good reason.
Maybe he'd have an idea of how to deal with Maziz down beneath Clifnal too.
Yes, there's that issue as well. The black dragon, which has taken up residence. The threats are numerous. We need a course of action.
take a copy of this map and go see him. Well, like small people. I could take small people to him.
You want? Yeah.
You guys want to go talk to Meehan real quick?
It'd be worth a shot, I guess.
It'd
Not
be
much to
pretty
lose.
cool if you could get him in the box with you.
He's a dragon.
Yeah, but like he can't get small.
He frequently walks around disguised as a gnome. So
Okay.
he could probably make himself even smaller.
It's pretty sweet to have a dragon on our side.
Uh,
I don't know, like, if he's up for that, but he might like being down for like, playing some tricks and causing some distractions. I get the feeling he'd vibe with that kind of stuff.
Okay, I summon the Golder Speedy Courier. And thinking of Meehan.
Okay.
Alvin's gonna wild shape into a gerbil and hop in there.
Okay. Me and Alvin hop into the box.
Okay.
Anybody else? Get tiny? No? Okay. Poof.
Yeah. Then the box stops, and it opens up, and you see Meehan in his gnome form, just looking kind of chipper. He's the Cogmaster's right next to him. They're like peeking, like what, like really super overly curious about what's going on, like kind of almost heedless of what could potentially be in there if it were good or bad. Just stick their faces in, just these gigantic eyeballs, and their faces are covered in like oil and dirt and like kind of grime. And Meehan goes, "Oh hey!" And he starts poking you. I know you.
Oh, check this. We're in Clifnal. Well, we're not in Clifnal now. We were in Clifnal. Look at this map.
Yeah, it's a map. Okay, it's interesting.
They're doing a.
Alvin's gonna drop his wild shape as Soot seems to be struggling for words. Meehan, Cogmaster,
Hey.
good to see you. Hi.
Hey, small gnome at large. How are you? What's up?
So, a bit of a situation in Clifnal, as you might be aware. Bit of a black dragon type situation. City controlled by evil people. And this map, if you look at it carefully, and Alvin's going to start tracing out the diagram, it appears that the evil forces are setting up a very unnecessarily large teleportation circle. We need to stop them. And we were hoping that you might be interested in assisting us in this endeavor.
He steps back a second. He puts his hands on his hips. He looks around, he's pausing, just thinking. It looks like he's trying to control some sort of anger. Suddenly, you see his form start to change a little bit. He gets a little bit larger. He takes on the form of a muscled Goliath. He's like, "Yeah, let's do this."
Hey! Excellent.
He looks at his hand. He's got his claws are coming out of his fingernails, and they're kind of glinting in the afternoon sun.
We're still in the formulating stages of a plan, but things are going to start moving quickly. We anticipate a no small amount of destruction. We're hoping to keep innocent casualties to a minimum. Well, at least I know I am. I can't speak for Soot. Yeah. Right. So, basically, yeah, that's what we came here to say and to tell you.
You want to go back with us in the box, or just tell us how to do something?
Do I? And he shrinks down to the size of a gerbil.
Summon the box again.
Okay. And Alvin escapes again into a gerbil.
Yeah, everybody jumps back in, and back in Wayne's room, the box rattles.
We're just gonna pop the top.
Okay, you pop it open, smoke pops out.
Brought a dragon.
You got 2 gerbils in this box.
Meehan looks over to Novo and just gives him the finger.
Whoa, wait, that's not cool. Wait, was that Alvin or Meehan?
One of them is the dragon. I don't know which.
Oh, is this a game?
See wild shapes at this point.
Oh.
So I'm just gonna like Elvin.
Yes. Yes, Nolo, my friend.
Did you flip me off?
Today?
Yeah.
No, I've not flipped you off today.
So you convinced Meehan to come along then. Meehan, how you doing, buddy? And does this mean, and I raise my middle finger and I go, does that mean good day?
Still in his gerbil form, he runs over onto your armored foot and just takes a leak and then runs off.
What a little bugger. Shit. I'm gonna stomp on this. I'm
He's a
not
dragon.
gonna stomp on him. He's a dragon. And I just kind of like scooch over to Tyrael and just wipe my shoe on at the back of his leg. Vacation, really quickly.
He knows magic stuff, so that helps, right?
You mean peeing on me?
Yeah, well, that might have been magic pee. You don't know.
Yeah.
And
Yes, it
Wayne looks
could.
around and she's like, what the? It's a gerbil. You brought a gerbil.
I think it's a hamster. It doesn't have the long tail.
Or a hamster. I mean, what is wrong with you people?
We are the OddLot.
How much time do you have?
So it all began in my childhood.
That's
And then
true.
Waros, and then I was like, "Oh yeah, I can totally get into the story." And he's like leans in, and then Wayne's just like, "No."
So, Meehan is known for his flights of fancy, and he has a bit of a sense of humor. One time he fed us some foods that, well, I spoke only in bubbles for about a half hour. That was interesting.
That was cool.
I'd do it again.
The gerbil rolls around on the ground laughing.
But the main thing is that he's here to help.
He's good at
And he is in
magic.
fact a dragon.
And magic. Like super magic.
At this point, Meehan kind of shapes out of his gerbil form back into his most typical gnome form. Hey, I'm Meehan. Looks over when you have a mohawk. Okay, that's dapper. Cool. And she's just, okay. So, still, if you are indeed a dragon, we have additional air support now. We can strike. We can take them out.
I would say Meehan's probably, our big reveal, right? They don't know we have a dragon. So however we employ Meehan, Meehan, no offense, you are, quite capable. I would say that probably would be towards the end of whatever we're doing. Just my 2 cents. Unless Wayne, you have some sort of direct route to where we need to go, and then we can be quicker and speed this up.
No, that's part of the problem. And then Corliss is like, yeah, she's super hasty. She just wants to run in. She's not really thinking too clearly. She got anger issues. We are A dysfunctional bunch, excuse me. And
OddLot and the dysfunctional bunch.
they start. She's like, oh, jeez, I can't find my words. She takes just remove a little bit. She goes off and she starts to talk with her other crew to sort of get more of their ideas or more of their impressions, leaving you a moment to talk amongst yourselves with Mihan or look at the map or do whatever you want to do. Really, you know, if you wish to confer. Or
I
not.
don't know what I don't know what time scale we have. I'm thinking if we have a bit of time, we sow the seeds of dissent. We do these hit and run things where we try to pin it on one of the different factions in the city, play on their old racial hatreds, get them blaming each other, distract the big bad, whoever's in charge here.
Tricks.
So he has to control things. Meantime, we're going to the people, we're riling them up, we're giving them inspiration, some sort of symbol that maybe when the time comes, there'll be an army, they'll be able to fight.
Like Brad could infiltrate the enemy.
Elaborate.
That's a great idea. Send Brad away.
I'm so glad you guys all have so much confidence in Brad.
Send Brad out into the forces of darkness. That'd be funny.
I mean, if we wanted to share spice with them, yes. But it's not the case here, Brad.
Okay, so we're saying the plan isn't to get the enemy incredibly high on spice?
While hilarious, it's probably not a great idea.
Okay.
You sure?
Be a waste of good spice.
What about we got Mihan? Mihan, what do we do? What do we do to this circle? What do you think?
Oh, well, he's taking a look at the map, and they got a little ways to go yet. He's looking at. The basic shape is there, but without seeing firsthand, if they don't have any of the ley lines drawn, I mean, we have to actually get out there and look at it. You know, like what's in the ground. If they have some of those lines formed and solidified with some of that magic, we could have, we could have a week, we could have a few days, but we don't. I can't tell from this.
Could I see them with detect magic?
You have to be above ground.
Right. But yeah, he's asking Mihan if we go up there.
Yeah.
Could I see them?
Oh yeah. You should be plain as day. I mean, even if you don't have detect magic, you can often see a faint shimmer or a glow to it. Especially high level, super powerful stuff like this, you can't really hide that.
Any idea if they need any kind of special ingredients to make it work? Like, can we rob storehouses or blow up their supplies or something?
Well, I don't. Again, without looking at some of the sigils and knowing some of the other components for that, above ground, I can't give you a definitive answer. It could range from lots of money, or it could range to sacrifices.
I have a bad feeling the sacrifices are the main thing they're going for there.
Huh.
I have an
Maybe.
arcane eye. I could spy.
Okay, if you want to.
They have that dude. Remember the guy that well, you weren't here, but our previous party member was disguised as the prince, and we had a foolproof plan, except for this dude here. That's his name. He could detect magic at like will. He could just see through any spell effect, and it was really kind of annoying.
The guy that was chasing Brad.
Decker.
That's the one.
He had the bracelets.
Wayne turns over and says, who did you say?
Decker?
Yes, we have information of this individual. We don't know where he's from or his involvement. It seems he is one of our gaps in knowledge. What do you know of him?
Well, he's a dick.
We thought he was working for Prince Verges.
That was our impression too, and now he seems to have switched sides to join forces with Rogar and his Dragonborn.
He managed to sniff out Brad, even though Brad was disguised as a small spider on a chain link.
Yeah, that dude was creepy.
Then he might be able to see my arcane eye.
If he might be, if he has the ability to see truth and into the ethereal plane, then maybe. But after conferring with my comrades here, they've convinced me to go along with your plans. So, if it is raids and guerrilla tactics and these other methods, we can do that. We are at your disposal.
Well, I convinced you before I convinced my own people here. What do you guys think? I mean, I'm not trying to do all the planning. That was the first thought that came to me.
No, that sounds like a great idea. And if we sneak into their camps, maybe we could find out more about where Ned's being held.
Figure out what to do about the circle, the teleportation circle.
Now that Thurkir has been asked to think, he has started. And if one plan is good, we have 3. Why don't we just do all of them at like the same time? 3's better than 1.
We are sending Brad into the army of darkness.
Brad's ready.
And that's what we appreciate about you, Brad.
What if we were to find out what they're being rewarded with, and we steal it from one group and hide it in the other one's stuff, and then they'll start arguing over their rewards, and maybe do whatever, fight each other?
Mm-hmm.
If you are thinking of these groups, they have we've been able to discern that they have general, I guess, duties. So Rogar and his Zindarek seem to be responsible for the overall protection of the city, and even particularly the sites that are circled on the map, whether they're, and she points to them again, like these little horseshoe-looking things. These are underground entrances. We don't really know what's going on with those. We know that before the fall of Clifnal, there was a pretty extensive underground network of vaults and sometimes mining operations and an underground river they would use to transport goods from here to, of all places, I'm not sure if you're familiar with it, but Maglumfeldur.
Oh, you don't say.
Yes. There's an underground.
Yes, we do.
We've spent some time there.
Okay, at least you.
2 weeks to 2 years, depending on how you look at it.
Oh well. And from what I understand, that is easy to do there with underground city and no light, or no natural light. They are also responsible for guarding these other outposts or these other large openings for the sigil, and the Zindarek have also taken upon to be, I guess, the policing force between the Saber Knuckles and the Wildings. You know, the Saber Knuckles and the Wildings are not nearly as disciplined as our Dragonborn are. So, but And we've also been able to find out that the saber knuckles are shoot. Where is it? I wrote it down. I'm sorry. They are responsible for this green section over here, the wood section and the stone section, and they have been promised weapons. These devastating weapons, fueled by souls from what we've been able to gain.
Crap, do we have any of those left on the ship?
I think so. We didn't know what to do with it yet. Right?
Yeah,
could
we have the
plant-
one scythe.
We could plant the
get those
broken
weapons.
ones on the wildings.
Interesting. You have these heinous, blasphemous weapons?
Yeah, we killed their heinous, blasphemous owners.
And a pit fiend.
Excellent. Excellent. That's the best news I've heard all day. And I know that the saber knuckles, they they are treated as less, and we've, by putting them into the wood and stone sections, the poor districts of the city, they clearly know or feel slighted when compared to the wildings, who have been given a greater access of nicer district, and clearly lesser than the Zindirect, who have the more expensive, more posh places of the city. The wildings are responsible for heavy construction, and they have been tearing down walls and digging holes with their armored bullets and other beasts and things. They also have a lot of other animals they keep as pets or food, as the case may be. And the wildlings are getting frustrated, and they periodically demand, how do I put this delicately, to hunt the humanoids.
The wildings do?
Yes. And those days, the Dragonborn go out and they take one or two people and they let them loose in the city and let the wildlings run around and chase them until they're hunted down or run free. That is what we know thus far about the leaders of these groups. Shudrach he's a vicious orc, smarter than your typical orc, and we know he craves power. Some of Quill has been good at hiding himself and sneaking in and listening, and he's discerned that the saber knuckles, if they do not get their weapons or a comparable amount of gold soon, that they will leave, as they are on contract. The wildlings serve Mizzies. They do not serve Zindarth. So there's always a tension between orders given from Rogar and what they basically want to do. So like I said, or as he points over to Corliss, like Corliss said, highly disorganized, but there's a lot of them and they somehow keep things together. And maybe we should take a break. We seem like we have a bit of dead air.
We seem to be lost in thought.
Yeah.
I was getting attacked by a cat. Sorry.
I'm just having trouble keeping up with all the machinations, so I was just asking in the chat there for
What a
this in
blood
written
is.
form.
Yeah, kind of a lore dump. I'm sorry.
It's
Oh, you're good.
cool.
It's like now we're in scheming mode, yeah.
No, we need to know this. If I'm just like,
Yeah.
No, we definitely need this information.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like we could pit Zindarth's forces, being that they're like overseers and like the head honchos, against the wildings, because they don't get along with each other too well to begin with. Saber Knuckles, we got to make sure they feel like they're not getting properly compensated, and they might just bugger off.
I
Well, that-
like actually Brad's plan of infiltrating people. If Brad and Alvin were to go infiltrate the Saber Knuckles and stir up some hatred of them, a little, sort of stir the pot, as it were.
Well, indicate that the wildings have the soul weapons.
Right.
We plant a couple of our broken ones over there.
Exactly. Some other people plant the weapons on the wildlings. Alvin and Brad infiltrate, spread some rumors.
How many broken ones do we have?
Only a couple.
Not like a lot.
Like 3 or... I'm trying to figure the logistics of getting them back. Like, Soot's trying to figure out how many he can fit in his box, or does he need to use some other method to transport them? Because they're back.
You'll have to carry them somehow.
Right. Like are they smaller than 3 foot?
Yeah. No. They're like large, like Grim Reaper scythes.
Okay. So, I could go back to the ship. I could go back to what's his name? The gnome that runs our Cogmaster. And I can go and I can open up one of my doors, and then I can put all the broken ones inside of the thing, and then close it back up, and then come back here, and then take a nap for the night, and then tomorrow we can open it up right inside of their place. If you get me in there, we can open up that door up and put them inside of some sort of barn or whatever, anywhere.
Their gear can get you in there.
Well, if we just leave them around, how's that going to make them think that that's what they're getting? They'll think, well, what's this junk?
We'd have to place the stolen goods somewhere that the other group of people can find it easily.
Someplace really incriminating. And we're spreading the rumor amongst the Saber Knuckles the wildings intercepted them and broke them just to keep the Saber Knuckles in their place.
Yes. Their gear thinks we should also kill some people.
Oh, yeah.
That'll make them angry.
Don't worry about that, here. I'm almost certain we're going to have to kill some people.
Mm-hmm.
As Wayne listens in, she points to the map once again and draws her attention to these little outposts. Because they've built 6 of these outposts, so each group is responsible for 2 of them. They seem to be larger than normal guard posts, and we haven't quite figured out what, but they seem integral to whatever machinations or forces or plans that they have going forward.
These guard posts, do you know what they're made of?
They're made of stone and wood.
I can work with that.
Fire and shatter.
We want to hide the broken weapons inside of one of those, and then spread the rumor that they stole them and put them inside of there.
That could work.
Could we pretend to be delivering them to them?
Well, I mean, we wouldn't have to. That might, like, what I'm seeing is, if like Thurkir sneaks me into the place, and then we just drop the thing down and move them in, and they don't even know that they have them, and then they're getting accused of, you stole the thing, and they're like, no, we didn't. They don't even know they had them. And they're like, no, but you do. I see them right there. And then they fight and they kill each other, and it's just, there's blood everywhere. There's so much blood.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, if you could plant them on the leader of the wildings so that he's like, oh, I don't have them, then he goes to pull his tarp back on his tent, and then they're all sitting there, and then, there'd be hell to pay. Chaos, take out their leadership.
Yeah, and if we also do that whole thing where we're like, oh wow, we're getting paid so much more than you are here at this side, they'd have 2 reasons to want to fight.
Yep. Well, they already hate them. The Saber Knuckles already hate the wildings, right?
Yes,
Wayne?
but they could hate them more.
Oh, right,
And-
right.
They need to hate them more than they fear the repercussions of their actions, right? Like, we need to really... Is this evil?
No.
Brad's
Probably
gotta sit
not.
down and think for a minute.
Certainly not.
I would call this comeuppance.
It's not
All
our
fair in love
fault
and
they're
war.
gonna rip each other's organs out and spray blood everywhere. They don't have to do
mean-
that. They're making choices to do that. It's
The
funny.
saber knuckles might just get pissed off and leave too, which is equally as good.
For
There's a
our
whole section that's-
purposes, if they just picked up stakes and left, that would be, yeah.
Because that would force the remaining, that would force the wildings to spread out and the Zindarak to spread out. So there'd be fewer people covering more territory, which gives us more room to operate in.
It's a fun plan. I like this plan.
And there we're gonna take a break. Cool.
Oh boy!
See you after this short intermission.
Like
Well,
at
if you're a
first I was
picky
like,
eater, it could be hard.
I don't know how I feel about this. And then as I continued to eat it, I was like, okay, it's getting better as I go. I just tried one heated up a little bit, like put in the microwave for like 10 seconds. Much better that way.
Like a Michelin 5-star rating.
The trick is like having a hot cup of coffee or tea and putting it on top. They're big enough that they
Like a lid right
stick.
on top of
Yeah.
your tea or coffee mug. Yep.
And
I
that'll
don't drink
be-
either of those things.
Fair enough. The microwave will do then.
Fair. Microwave them.
Well, drink those things, Red. Like hot cocoa. Put them over hot cocoa.
Mm,
Seriously, right?
yeah.
That takes work and stuff, and I can just pour a soda. So
Jesus.
I'm American. I want my thirst quenched now.
Julie, statements like that are why I, as a person who works in food service, have a job. I make sandwiches.
Yeah, when you
Hey,
think about
nothing-
that,
nothing
it's
wrong.
pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I buy
Are we back?
sandwiches. Yeah, we've
Are we-
been
yeah, we-
back. We that whole conversation
Oh, we-
has been
Okay.
live.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
When I say, okay, I'm bringing us back, that means that's that's happening, you know?
He tells us every time, guys,
Yeah, I
like
know.
on the internet. He
does.
tells us every time
It
this is what he does, and we still are like, oh my, wait, what?
Warnings mean nothing.
Not a warning. It's this is occurring. That's what it is.
Statement. Yeah. I'm taking us back now.
Don't have to accept
Those are
reality.
the
I just
words
have to
that he
pretend it didn't
said.
happen.
Yeah.
Every time. I don't. This
I
has become a
absolutely-
recurring gag. I don't know how this happens.
It does. It happens every time. Every time. I've been
Oh my
watching it.
God. Well, good. Well, we're back. Now that it's all, I think we're all last to realize that, at least. Which is good. Cool. So, which we don't have anything to do after intermission. That's okay. Cool. Well, let's get back to it. So as you all are back in the planning room, the other Nine Blades are looking at you. You've all been sort of talking and plotting and sharing information, and we're gonna pick up where we left off. So Wayne leans over at you. This might work. How can we'd be happy to assist? What should we do?
I can go get the soul weapons.
Well, I mean,
Well-
with two teams, we can split up some of the duties of, the causing the chaos. You know, little graffiti here, little blame pointing there, causing mischief. You know, get the sides to fight against each other. Maybe also inspiring the people along the way.
I won't be able to
The hand perks up.
put them
Go ahead.
in until tomorrow, though. So, like, I can go get them today, and then we can drop them off the next day.
Well, Brad and Elvin need some time to ingratiate themselves to the saber knuckles.
Perfect.
Infiltrating does take time.
Yeah, and Meehan is looking at her, he's like, I'm down to clown. What are we doing?
He hands an ICP. Shit.
Look, down to clown till he's buried in the ground. Come on.
Where's my dice? Damn it! Sorry, dropping dice. Oh gosh. Yeah, I'm in too. I mean, if I can, you know, play some pranks or do something, that's always fun. Or I mean, if we have a dragon, dragons are, especially this black one that I hear about, and his face kind of drops, I'm gonna kill him.
Third care. Didn't you say maybe you can sneak them straight into that?
Yeah, I'll try.
Interesting. Okay. Well, what do you think of that, Meehan? You want to go in with? Look, third care. You can't eat him. He's not edible. Right. Okay. Yeah. So, how do you feel about going with third care into the bellies, the beast? You know, the thing in which. How do you feel about going and meeting a dragon? Probably.
We're not doing that yet, are we? We don't.
No, but I mean, it's an option if it's like everything falls to bits and I'm the only one making a decision. I'm just going to be like, third care, bring him. And it's just going to do it. So, you cool with that, Meehan? Being the parachute or the, oh crap, we need you.
Yeah. I'm getting a lot of mixed metaphors, but yeah.
Right.
I
Yeah,
don't know what that is.
that happens a lot.
Any chance you can make some of that food that messes with your voice and stuff again?
It's kind of an odd time to want snacks.
I'm thinking maybe if we plant them in all of their foodstuffs, then they'll start, they'll the effects will happen and they'll start getting really irritated with each other because they probably can't take a joke.
It'd just be funny.
It would.
I mean, yeah, I could probably we could, if I need some time, I could do that.
Sweet. So, like, Calvin, how do you want to infiltrate? Have any ideas?
Yeah. First, I was thinking that I would take a nap because I've used up both of my wild shapes for the day. And then, when I'm done taking the nap, I was thinking that you and I would wild shape into something small and inconspicuous, scurry into camp, and then, when no one is looking, unwild shape and join the camp.
Cool.
That's it. That's the whole plan.
I love it. I love it. That just, I love it. Yeah.
While I'm napping, if you wanted to start writing some poetry that would speak to the soul of an oppressed, downtrodden person, I'm sure we can find a way to work that into the plan as well.
On it. Like, totally.
Fantastic.
Alden, we're trying to inspire the people, not dishearten them.
Some people like poetry. I know that you don't, especially Brad's.
I think you're lying.
Oh. Yeah, just in Wayne Perks up again. Yeah, we've also been kind of overrun with goblins too. They're part of the wildings. So you'll see them running around, and they're on trash duty. So they have some trained carrion crawlers that they run around with to clean up trash and refuse.
Wait, can I, off the table clarification, or maybe in the table? Saber Knuckles are mostly the orcs, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And the wildings are a group of basically misfits, where it's mostly trolls and ogres, but they also have some goblins.
Trolls and ogres and
Mhm.
goblins. Oh my.
Where yeah, the saber knuckles are mostly just orcs and there's some bugbears and that's basically it.
Is there anything else we need from the ship? Because I can get going.
Maybe just let Gimbal know to wait for our call because we might need air support or a quick exit.
Anything else?
Okay.
Mhm.
All
Cool.
right.
Do you want to do this now?
Yeah. I box again. I'm going to Gimbal.
Oof. Uh, Gimbal sees the box like, hello, hi, Sweat. How you doing?
Everything's great. Look, make sure that the ship is ready to go.
Okay,
But
it's a little rough, but
yeah.
we'll get there.
Okay. Also, I need some help moving some of those canisters.
Oh,
And I'll
okay.
open the what is it? The demiplane door and just pull it open and put them in here.
Okay, so we can. He points to some of those. We get the smaller ones in there. We got a big. That's a big one. I mean, and like the one, it's like a huge. It's bigger than a barrel. It's like a huge canister one. It's the one the Pit Fiend was wearing on his back.
The door is large enough to allow medium creatures to pass through unhindered.
Yeah, the thing itself is large.
Okay, so everything but that one.
Yep. Okay, so as you guys, and Gimbal gets the other gnomes. You're like, okay, they're carrying like 2 by 2 of these the canisters, and he holds up like the sky, like you want these too?
Yeah, all of those. Yeah, all the parts.
Okay, and they just load everything, all of the weapons from the Abishai, and even the broken bits are now into your demiplane.
Okay, and I go to sleep for 8 hours.
And Gimbal looks down. He's like, "Yep, there's a cat." Okay. He's like, "Good job, guys." So so curls up, takes a nap. Other folks, while this is happening,
Unless there's an immediate need, I would also like to sack out to get some time to get a long rest in.
oh yeah, sure.
I'll take
yeah.
first guard watch.
Well,
There needs to be.
yeah, no, I think it's a little unnecessary.
Cool.
And
take rest.
Wayne chimes in, "Oh yes, yeah, you must need rest. Sorry, I when I get focused on vengeance, it's tough for me to get distracted, so I forget my manners. Um, yes, but there are places down here. Should you feel comfortable, you can even go up to upstairs. It would be a little quieter up there, but it is safer. Um, and there shouldn't be a need for watch because we are all here and we are all um, we'll take care of things.
Okay.
Feel free to make yourselves at home, I guess is the phrase. So you all take a long rest.
Yeah.
Okay. So there are much down here. It's really pretty Spartan. There are some cots. There's a couple of hammocks, and there's even like little like basically bundles of hay and like piles of hay that are have been rested in and stuff like that. So it's not really luxurious accommodations, but there's plenty of places for you to get some rest in safety and in relative comfort. Should you choose your spot, I guess, or just take a nap someplace.
Snow's going to go for a hammock in the underground area.
Nice.
Yeah, that sounds
Brad,
good.
Brad is gonna ask the cool centaur dude if he wants to cuddle. They want to bunk up.
Looks at you, he goes, He leans in, gives you a sniff, looks at the fire in his hand, puts it up. Yeah, come here, bro.
Sweet.
He like puts his arm around you and like brings you in, and he's just super warm, like he's just radiating warmth, so much so that it's almost like you're gonna start sweating soon because he's like a gigantic electric blanket.
Brad's just like, awesome, sweet, sweet. Like, you want to talk about like your feelings? Like, how was your day? Like, just little stupid questions.
And he looks at you, and he looks over at Ander, and he says, "I immediately regret this."
Brad's
all live and
just
learn.
gonna cozy in. He's still gonna pull out his books and see. Clearly, he's being ignored, and he's gonna keep writing his poem.
And
Yeah,
Brad had a
every-
whole thing about hand holding earlier.
Every so often, you feel this tail whap you in the face, Brad. Yeah. Other folks?
Well, I'm assuming there aren't any barmaids around, so I think Andrew will probably just bunk up by himself.
Okay. All right. So as you all find your places, your hammocks, your bunks, or your centaur, as the case may be, you all manage to get a good, well-earned long rest after the battles and the sort of hecticness of the past few days. um, so Andrew, and then in the middle of the night, you do feel somebody snuggle up next to you, and you look over. It is Adrian,
Oh,
the human monk that you met earlier. Hi, shut up. Just shh. I just need someone there,
I am someone here.
and that's all I need. Just a safe person. And she tucks herself into your back and and goes to sleep. And then you wake up 8 hours later, refreshed, restored, and Adrian is gone.
So that's what that feels like.
Pretty much. And oh my god, and then the day is yours.
I should open my box. Poof. I have the stuff.
All right, so where do we start with this?
Under had a plan in the chat. You guys gonna follow that thing pretty much?
All right, yeah, we're gonna
All right.
need forces to get into the wildings. So it's got to be Soot and somebody sneaky.
They're cute.
Yes.
We need to get Alvin and Brad into the Saber Knuckles. I think, as a precaution, we should stage rescue teams around both sides. So maybe the OddLot crew would be on one team on one side, or we could mix the teams, I suppose. But then I think that creates a nightmare for the DM.
Yeah, please don't do that.
Yeah, we could be. Let's say the OddLot. Which side has the worst chance of going wrong? Pretty even. The OddLot goes near the wildings.
I was gonna say Alvin and Brad are gonna pretend to be trolls and goblins.
No,
That sounds like that has a big chance of fail. I like it though.
yeah, we'll hang out
How are you
near
gonna infiltrate?
Soot and
Goblin
Third Cure.
size. Foolproof
and
plan.
then maybe the the other group there could be near the Saber Knuckles. Should Alvin and Brad need a bailout?
I turn into a goblin.
Okay.
If we get in trouble, I can just be a goblin.
There you
Cool.
go.
One time I was a goblin for like 3 years.
Brad has disguise self. One time I was a goblin for 3 years. Did you just say that?
No one's gonna jump on that.
I mean, what was that like?
Yeah.
Were you living with goblins?
Over 3
No.
years total.
No, but you tell somebody you're a goblin once, and then like it's hard to let go of that, right? Like you can't just suddenly tell them you're not a goblin.
So you kind of just backed yourself into that lie there, painted yourself into a corner, metaphorically speaking. Apologies, no, I said metaphorically speaking. I know that you have to think about that now.
There was no paint involved.
No literal
I looked
paint.
like this.
Like a goblin.
Yeah.
For 3 years.
Yeah, 3 years.
So, on occasions when you were by yourself, did you continue to look like a goblin?
Yeah, because I was a goblin.
Right.
Okay.
Got it. Okay.
But why a goblin?
Why not a goblin?
There were circumstances, when you sometimes have to be a goblin. Like now, right now, I'm a goblin.
This is actually a perfect example, Snow.
Until this moment, I would have said no, but huh.
Yep.
All right. So Wayne comes back in, looking around, and she just shakes her head over at Brad and Corliss. She's just like, "Oh my god." Well, if our goal is to sow as much chaos and be as disruptive as possible, I think we can do that. And my group would easily feel comfortable going after some of these underground mining facilities to try to divert attention, or at least gain information, if that is useful.
Yeah, but we're thinking about having some of your people stationed near some of our people, because we're splitting ourselves into two sectors. We can't,
Ah.
An extraction team, if you will.
Oh, and in that case, sure. I mean, that's fine.
It would be less necessary if more of us could infiltrate, but I don't think we have the ability to disguise ourselves convincingly as monsters.
Yes, that is an issue. That is, and she's looking through like or other documents and things that are underneath the table and looking at inventories of stuff. Nope. Sorry, that's one thing that we lack, unfortunately, is the ability to costume ourselves in convincing disguises. We are good at other things, hiding and flying and burning things down. And she points over to Corliss, but no, we
Oh, you too, huh?
Yes.
I point to Tucker or Tyrael, excuse me. Sorry, Tucker.
Okay, there's plenty of teeth.
Yeah, and then Corliss is like, sup. He's just like juggling back. He's got the fire between his hands.
Sick burn, bro.
If Ned was here, I know she was good at disguises. She had like whole pockets full of mustaches.
We need some fake mustaches. Wait, I have a real mustache.
Do you remember when I was like that lady and I like confused that one guy when we were underground? Like Brad can do this. I can
Let's
do
never speak
this.
of that again.
Oh right, sorry.
Okay, so what's first, and who? Like, I know we're splitting the party, and who's going where first. I want to be clear so that we can advance.
Just to be clear, what's the 2-day 4-night? Is that the guards?
Yeah, that's this. This is the jeepers creepers. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's the number of guards. Typically, they're during their shifts. So there's 4 on during the day and then 2 on at night. And the times are not matched up with each of the towers. So while there's excuse me. No, I lied. Oh my god, I'm sorry. That a lot of stuff going on. The number is the number of hours during rotation. So every 4 hours they're rotating. And every 2 hours they're rotating. It's the rotation cycle. It's not the number of guards. They don't have accurate information on the number of guards. Just is that clear? Is that helpful?
Yeah. So we should
Okay.
probably go at night. So
Okay.
it's easier to hide.
Andrew, you are muted if you're speaking.
Yeah, that gives Brad and Alvin time to buddy up to the saber knuckles.
Okay. So what are we doing first?
So it's Brad and Alvin
Brad and Alvin.
getting
Okay.
friendly, and then
Yeah.
us planting things, and then them saying that they stole them.
Okay.
Is that right?
Yep. That sounds accurate.
What if you took me in as a prisoner? Say I was part of the humans, or well, half humans, who were bringing the weapons in. We were ambushed, or I ambushed them, or yeah, I could go in as a weapons merchant.
Okay. And let me see. On the subject of disguises, Elvin takes his horn headdress off and sets it down. Probably leave this here. And Snow, you're good with makeup. So I was thinking it's sort of a green, face. And if I wear a cloak over my head, it'll help. Shadows help everything, right?
Okay, yep. Should be able to do something with that.
And I have my glamour weave vest. I can use that to help, stimulate their garments.
I think I actually have. I do. I got those green fey leaves that I could use to mash up into a kind of
Feywild
makeup stuff.
Remember Brad sneaking around the zombies? You guys should probably roll in filth again.
filth. Does anyone have any stale beer?
Not on me. Like I like to keep it fresh. Doesn't usually
Absolutely
last
fresh.
to get stale.
I have wine, but I can't get at it right now.
That's fine. I'm sure any filth would simulate the odor of a goblin.
You could pee yourself.
I will not.
Okay.
I've spent a lot of time in the wilderness, Brad, and
You could pee each other.
I can
also no.
Oh wait, I do know I do know what goblins smell like actually. And I just start prestidigitating goblin smell and stuff onto Alvin and Brad.
Alvin, like fully as Soot is doing that, is just like Yeah, that's pretty funky.
Yeah, the rest of the Nine Blades are looking at you, and they're just like,
I had some ideas. Not smell related, sadly enough. Um, Going in along with my as a weapons merchant. Tyrael, you come with me. I sometimes forget because you are such a good person, but you do have infernal heritage, so that would be believable if you were my contact amongst the soul weapon dealers. So you could come in as my bodyguard or my contact, going in with, oh, maybe after we follow in after Brad and Alvin. Soot and Thurkier are going to sneak in, but um, Snow, you are a kobold. They didn't mention that they had kobolds, but maybe you could be an envoy looking to team up with the Wildings, offering your kobold tribe as a part of their force.
I guess maybe it'd be possible.
And another could be your bodyguard. And then we are all involved, so we have a little bit of more support for ourselves should things go wrong.
All right, I think we should give this a shot.
How does that sound to everyone?
Agreed. Agreed.
And we'll have the NPC team split to cover both of us as an extraction team.
okay. So, oh boy, let's see here. Okay, let's do some. Oh shoot! Oh, what's my way? I'm off. There's no music. I'm sorry. There's no music. I'm like, why does it feel weird? There we go. That's better.
Oh, get this heist underway.
Right?
Uh,
Like, okay. Good. So, as you all look around at each other and you nod in agreement and come to a consensus on this cookie plan. I wouldn't expect anything less. When do you wish to leave? I mean, it is. Let's see. What time are you looking to target? I mean, do you want to? Right now, it's about mid morning. Do you want to wait till afternoon, or I know for some stuff you want to wait till evening. I'm just like,
Maybe the Saber Knuckles, Alvin and Brad wander in when there's a shift change,
yeah.
and we'll come in. I'll
I
come
was
in.
thinking we wild shape into animals. We could maybe get some eavesdropping in, sneak into the camp, turn back into ourselves, or not ourselves, as it were.
And then somehow, like, okay, yeah, like, then we'd have to, like, have a rendezvous point with you guys so that we could catch you. Or, like, are you planning on getting caught just by anybody? They might just, like, straight up murder you, though.
I think if I'm coming in as a weapons merchant, I don't need to be a prisoner anymore. I can just be, hey, yeah, I was the guy on this realm that this dude here, Tyrael, contacted to traffic the soul weapons.
And you're a smooth talker. You're a real silver-tongued devil. And Tyrael looks like a silver devil.
Right.
Great. Let's do this. Brad's
So-
ready.
But
you guys, go ahead.
where would I be? Who would I be trying to convince that I'm trying to join up?
I would say look as grandiose as possible. Walk in with your Goliath bodyguard, and
Oh,
saying
like
you,
an eye patch. That'll sell it. Eye patch.
yeah, look more sinister.
All right.
And demand to see the Wildings, so you know the leader, so you know where he is, and that way you can give the directions to Soot and Thurkier about where to plant the weapons.
All right. Okay. I'll demand to meet him and sort out business.
You're some clan. You're the clan spokesman of some powerful kobold clan.
I've got an
Dragons
idea.
and stuff.
And I'm actually going to go for my red fey leaves, and I'm going to try and use those to make myself look like a red kobold.
And Enola would like to take Brad's advice and find an eye patch. Or a bandage. I put here.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of stuff laying around. You can make a bandage or an eye patch.
Yeah, eye patch.
How clean do you want it?
Not clean.
Okay. Yeah, there's
But not like grody because it's gonna be on my eye, but dirty.
Yeah. You're just looking around during this hideout, and you find some old, like, kind of stained burlap.
Yeah, that'll do.
There you go. You rip it and try to tie it off, and look very fearsome.
Oh, right. This makes me look so mean. I think I'm gonna talk with a deeper voice. Or maybe not talk at all. Look at this eye patch, Brad. Do I look really scary?
Bro, you look like sinister, bro. I'm loving it.
So. Alright, Snow, I'm ready.
It's
So as you all ascend the ladder up to the surface in the city proper of Clifnal, you move the secret hatches and you get back up into well, it's be a fairly comfortable looking old home. You've been here. I mean, you've been here once before, and not much has changed. It's still pretty barren. There's tables, chairs, kind of basic accoutrements of a house. And as you look out through the windows, you find yourself in the Iron District. And every so often you'll hear this squeak of like pigs, or boars or something, just running down the cobblestone streets, and suddenly boom, hey, and there's like this ogre just comes lumbering through down the street. Come back, piggy! And just trying, like, chasing bait, and it's kind of a sight. But as you look around, otherwise it gets kind of quiet. There's not many humanoids around at all. You just see, the goblins. Sometimes they're picking up their trash or, looking around the gutters, and even spying down the other alleyways. You'll see trolls sitting, ogres smoking pipes. It's not a lot. Well, that's pretty much what's going on. What do you do?
Alright, so first comes the infiltration parts. Yes?
Yes. Yeah. So Brad and Alvin have to sneak in, and we'll come along a couple hours later.
So Brad is going to shapeshift into a ferret.
Okay.
Alvin is going to shapeshift into a large rat.
Oh, cool. So you see your friends shrink down, and as you open the door, it's the smell of this district is not what you remember. Previously, you were here. There was more savory components. As you remember the smells of the rooftop grills and the restaurants along the rooftops of this district, and the sounds of the blacksmiths have been silenced, and now it's just been replaced with mud, piss, and mushrooms. So for both Alvin and and Brad, I will need you to make stealth checks.
Sure hope rats are stealthy.
First roll of the night. Holy cow!
Oh, yeah, right? It's just, oh, the night's almost over and it's the first roll.
Whoops, sorry, everybody.
There was a lot of planning to be done.
Yeah. Well, okay. That will be an 11 for Brad.
Yeah, 15 for Alvin.
Okay. So, as you see the ogre running by, he stops. He goes, Slinky ferrets. And he turns around. And he starts running down the street after Brad. I assume you're running.
Yeah. Do I see any small, like, sewer holes?
Make a perception
or
check.
anything like that? Okay. I'm not gonna use that die again. I rolled a 6 on it. That was horrible. This is not much better. Perception for 13.
Yeah, you're looking around. There's little cracks in the walls, or there's even a like a little hole under a doorway across the street. You have your choice, really. Do you want to? You can either run down towards them, duck into to the left down a crack. You can go across the street, or you can go to an alleyway across down to the right.
I'll go for the alleyway.
Okay.
All right, Alvin follows.
You see scurrying rats. No, Slinky. And he's quicker than he you give him credit for, but you manage to both slide under into the alleyway, duck out of sight, and he gets in and he puts his arm in through the alleyway, and he can't fit in, he can't squeeze in. So you have around you holes. There's you can climb up over a short wall. You can just keep continuing if you wish.
Can birds climb?
I don't know, actually.
I think so. I think they're pretty nimble little things.
Fairly confident the one in the kindergarten cop climbed up that dude all the time. I think they can climb.
Okay.
What a reference.
Brad's gonna
Yeah,
try to
that's
climb
right.
and get a higher vantage point.
Sure.
If he can't.
Yeah, make an athletics check.
Oh, there we go. That's a 2-digit number. I like that. Let's see. That would be strength based though. So that's it's 4 for a weasel. Nice. There's a 12.
Nah, it's fine. You scurry up the wall, easily getting up toward the rooftops, and you look around, and you can pick out a pretty clear path to get over towards the saber knuckles. It's just a matter of getting across the roofs pretty easily. Alvin?
Let's see. Well, as a rat, I think I would probably just start squeezing through holes and taking the direct path.
Cool. So I need Alvin to make a stealth check, and I
Sure.
need Brad to make an acrobatics check.
Oh, okay. The 16. That's not bad.
10.
Okay.
It's
So-
raining ferrets.
Yeah.
Oh god.
So, Alvin, you see that Brad get really excited to be in a ferret form, kind of jumping around on the roof, and you're like, oh crap. And you manage to find a direct path, keeping a kind of eye as you go along, until you come out to a clearing, and there's like this sort of center square where there's a pile of stone that have been moved around, and off in the corner you see one of the bullets that are armored. It's a larger kind of courtyard area, and you see Ferret Brad trying to jump and just miss and start to fall and land on a small pile of hay, flop out into an alleyway, and you go immediately scurry up and catch up with Brad. And you're both on the ground again, but you are also in the open. And you notice that there's a troll now looking kind of... Now... But... you make another stealth check.
I would like to announce that I am mugging it.
Dirty 20 on this side.
Very natural 1 previously.
Oof.
Hopefully I can roll better than that. Haha! A 17.
Okay. Yeah. So as you are slinking around, you're dodging, finding cover under stones and barrels and everything. Yeah, that you guys have enough to get back through this district and into the Saber Knuckles. And the Saber Knuckles, this whole area is not as fetid. You know, it's not as smelly and as where you were, but the patrols and the people around are much more aware. There is actually humanoids here who are, let's see, working. Sometimes they're in the shops. They are using crafting items out of wood, and that whether it is bows or spears or other kinds of polearm kind of things, or you notice that even in the Stone District, which is probably where you're closest to, they're moving stones. They're using chisels and stuff. They're carving things. There's a lot of manual, heavy labor being done by many of the humanoids of the city. The orcs are being overseers and sort of just hanging out, making sure that everything is copacetic. And as you cross over into this district, you're still taking alleyways, finding the roads get a little more narrow, and you've noticed that a lot of the roads here have suffered tremendous damage. It looks like they've tried to been squeezed through from larger beings this whole time. And as you get closer to, I forget, were you targeting the outpost, or did you want to go to the mining facility? I don't remember.
Wherever the head honcho, wherever we think the main decision maker area is
okay.
where we were gonna go. We gotta get them upset at the other guys, right?
Yeah. Okay. So you basically crossed over this way and you're heading south towards the entrance to this mining facility, and the mining entrance, I guess. You get closer, and there are just looks to be a battalion, not a battalion, that's too many, like a platoon of orcs just stationed there as guards. There are, and you see one guy near the very opening of this large, semicircle open mouth kind of thing. And all around the outside of it is sigils, markings, and it looks like there's even been reinforcements with metal. And he looks around. He too has an eye patch. He's got this sort of short cropped mohawk. He's all muscles, leather strap over his chest, and on his back he carries just a huge greatsword. And one of the other orcs comes up to him with a pile of paper. He goes, "What is this? I'm not signing a contract. Where are our weapons? Tell them, give me the weapons." What do you do?
Brad needs a Superman booth that he can change into.
That's hilarious. Alvin's going to tap the ferret on the shoulder and point off in a direction, just inside the mining entrance where it's dark.
Off we go. Yeah, Brad will
Make
follow.
perception. No, make stealth checks.
Stealth check.
Yeah. 15.
11.
Okay. So as the ferret kind of very scurries along, finds his way through, and hides to the point where Alvin had suggested. Suddenly, one of the other orcs sees this rat coming, dinner, and he just takes his crossbow and fires.
Oh. Let's have a very low AC.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
most
so
little tiny animals do.
that's a 14.
Yes.
Okay. So where's my dice? That's gonna be
okay. This should be good.
yeah, and that's gonna be 10 damage from a crossbow bolt.
Okay. So that first point of damage takes me out of wild shape. And I'll take the remaining 9. A disguised Alvin with a crossbow bolt sticking out of him is going to appear.
And that's where we're gonna stop tonight. I need time to plan this one.
Oh, no!
Who would have guessed Brad's team failed?
It wasn't my fault!
Reference stats moment. Hi, my name's Alvin Allgood. You're probably wondering how I got here.
Yep, that's me.
Oh, no.
You like
Oh,
went for the
geez.
largest group of them. There's like a platoon surrounding you.
We were gathering information.
Well, now we know they eat rats. Or once.
Is there an animal we could have turned into that an orc wouldn't have looked at and said, dinner?
I don't think so. It
Sad.
could have been
Probably not.
porcupines and they would have
Could
still
have
have gone
probably
after
turned
us.
into a skunk and then be like, you know what? Dinky dinner.
Fair enough.
Tastes like garlic.
Yeah, I mean, if we're not on 11, I mean,
Yeah.
unfortunately. Well, the plan's off to a killer start. This is going to be fun.
No plan survives contact with the enemies.
Yep.
Yep.
That is true.
I'm sure
That
they
is
can.
true.
I mean, they can talk their way out of that. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alvin's known for his incredibly smooth talking
I'm sure that
It
it's
is.
perfectly.
and
Great.
his
Just
flat
said, don't
charisma
question the
rolls.
So anyway, we'll pick up there next week. And also this is my way of getting some more time to map some of this plan out. Because I'm like, okay, let's do this.
Depending on how plan 1 goes, the second part may not be. We
Fair
might be
enough,
doing
we'll
that
have
after all.
we'll have to keep a chat going or keep a communication open over the next week for Plan B, which is probably going to happen. Anyway, thank you all guys for playing. It's always a good time to hang out and play D&D. I'm sorry, I'm just tired. Thank you all to the audience if you're there for hanging out with us and watching us play or hanging out in the chat. Which I don't know. Hopefully you're having fun. Did they level up and all that stuff?
we can
Oh,
do
they
that.
gotta
Yeah,
level
yeah.
up. Yeah. Yeah, we had some interesting things over the break. People tried to have conversations with Brad. And earlier than that, people were pitching their plots to take over the city.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So they were
Excellent.
rolling.
I'll catch those on the rerun, I suppose. Okay, so then thanks again all to Tabletop Audio and Owlbear Rodeo, and yeah, so Hunters on Wednesday and Cloak Kreska's on taking a week off, but then the following Sunday, that's yeah. And then we're back for our session on Monday. All right. Thank you, everybody. Take care. Be well.
Right.
Have a good week, everyone. Right, camera's over there.